Greetings once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monza for round 13 of PRL Pacific Season 10. That was a disappointing start to our qualifying session there, an invalidation at the last apex of Ascari, with Maznat going to pole at the time. We did beat it.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
But were then re-overtaken by Maznat with an astounding lap there, and Stewart joined him on the front row. I lacked some pace. I actually realised after the race that my linearity was set incorrectly due to a race I had at Monaco the previous week. So that was unfortunate, but it's race time. I have to get our head down, and a great amount of traction there compared to Stewart in the Williams. Up into P2, already looking at the back of Maznat. He actually braked later than us, but somehow I still got into him a bit, and talking of getting into people, Stewart clipping our rear there, reducing our traction. We're going to be too far back to have a go at Maznat into this chicane where, of course, last season on lap 1, I was hit quite severely, putting me down to the back of the grid, where I ended up finishing 8th, my worst result in the past 2 seasons. Maznat was quite quick, and I went very deep into this chicane, which was very annoying because the traction out of it was really poor. The DRS had been keeping me with him for the time being. Bozza left the session, and of course we know that glitch causes the slipstream effect to be lost, which at this track is a huge deal. And now Stewart was challenging me through the chicane, very close to the back of me, and I thought maybe I should let him go and see what he can do about Maznat. Unfortunately, while I was still making that decision, I went wide at Lesmo, and the decision was basically made for me. He went through.
The gap behind us is 1.5 seconds.
By lap 9, got myself a penalty.
You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
So into the pits we came. It was the same lap as Maznat, end of lap 10.
Exit now.
Didn't get the greatest escape from the pit lane, missed the release there. Crook was yet to pit, he went into the pits, thankfully, also giving me DRS, which was quite helpful. The car you can see coming out of the pits is Stewart, so he has maintained his position in front of me, and I'll have to get past him on the track and hope he has at least one penalty. You can see into turn 1 I was very strong under the brakes compared to the Williams driver. On lap 21, I had a particularly close look at him. He takes a very different line. That's very interesting to me, just what different approaches you can take to the chicane at Monza. Closer again on lap 22. I've been using Rich to try and get by, and of course there's no slipstream, just DRS effect. So this is very difficult to get past. Into the chicane, there was a little bit of a half look, wasn't going to work. Unfortunately, that would be one of my last challenges. Got very close to the back of him, but the dirty air carried me wide to the second apex, again to the third apex, in fact touching the gravel. Lost a lot of momentum, didn't have the fuel to recover it really. Interestingly, the cars in front didn't have penalties anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. We actually set our fastest lap of the race on the last lap. Congratulations to Maznat, he picked up his 4th victory of the season. Stewart with a well-deserved 2nd there, and will be content with 3rd. This is one of my worst tracks, and I'm very glad to have Monza in my rearview mirror. Very much looking forward to Singapore though next week. I've been Jacko, see you then.